Okay. So here's the thing, folks. We are going to um, continue the cover art for my comic book, for my manga. So that means we continue drawing my mango. um, we draw manga, we make the cover art, starting with it. And what do we do? And we are actually going to chill a little. Fuck, of course this is not working. Why is it not working? All the fucking links broke. Just perfect. I hate this, you know? I absolutely fucking hate when this happens. Because everything breaks, thing after thing. There we go. Mm. Mm-hmm. Hi Shuma, Gatev here, how are you? Hope everything is going. Hi Zaga, Gatev here, how are you? Hope everything is going. You are early. Watching Gates 2 in German for some reason, then suddenly Davis noises. yeah. Yeah. So basically, what we do is I've started early today because it really matters for me to do either most of it or everything for the cover art, right? That's the general premise. And there's still a lot to do. Like for example, this pack needs to be redone. I don't really like the shadows here. It's too much for a pack. So that's for sure something we're going to focus on. And later, this reminds me of that horse meme. Yeah. I've literally had the same thought ringing around my brain when I finished the stream yesterday. It looks like that horse meme. But imagine how good it'll look. I'm waiting for Chillhop to finally give me possibility to start playing the songs, but it's not. I have this issue and there's like track name, artist name underneath, and I can't really play anything. So for now, I believe we're going to push this stream without the music, and we are going to see what we can do with that. And let me see. So basically what needs to be done here, we need to redo the pack area, we need to cut it a little, we need to make it. It seems to be overshaded for me. I mean, when it comes to the light, so like it seems like this area is sticking out a lot. I need it to be kinda like slightly cut here, like this, you know. And I'll try to figure out what I can do here. But this is more or less what I need. So I need to actually figure out what to do here and redo the shadows, because that pack was seemed like it's sticking out too much. uh, rather like a breast than a pec, you know? Where is the light source? Overhead. Like, on diagonal. Oh, I thought it's on right side. No. That's why I'm changing it, because yeah, if it would be on the right side, then for sure the light would on the pack would fit in perfectly. It's just I have a bit different premise I want for it, so I'm gonna work this thing out. So, I've learned some stuff. Today, because I've been sporting that C# learning. Where are you at? With the C#, I'm page 53 on PDF, so it's like 32. I'm on level 5 variables. I'm just starting the chapter. So I'm halfway of my goal. After the stream, I'm going to correct some of the character design I've got for the game. Because I've got a sketch, I want to correct it and probably make flats. And I'm going to sit down and learn C# until page, I think, 75. Or whatever chapter it's going to be close this page, and then I'm going to you know, just work things out with probably rest or start shading the thing. I've got a couple of things that I actually want to do. So like, you know, of course I've got a couple more projects to work on, so I want to work on a few of those. One of them I can do on stream. So that's that. Like, one of the goals for today is finishing coloring this, so that's the goal for today's stream. We are close. We're actually close to this. I'm scared that this pack might actually be problematic, hella problematic. It doesn't look like something that it's supposed to, how it's supposed to, I think. I believe that would be like 50%. Yeah. So that's going to be a bit more problematic to work out. I'm starting to feel again my throat refusing to cooperate. It's not like 100% of the issue, but it's there. Hi Ryan, got to have you here. How are you? Hoping it's going. This is when you change posture. I don't know, or start using lines. Nah, it's when I'm talking too much. I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. I've been after yesterday's stream. I've been coughing today, and I've had a sore throat when I woke up. By the way, it's snowing here. Finally, actually. But yeah, I have to start using my lungs. Yeah, so I want the pack to go kind of like this. We'll see if this pack is going to come out better. I'm going to copy and paste it. It's still a darn bummer though. I hate it. Mirror the better side, yeah. That's what I'm about to do. I'm going to get rid of the tattoo for now and redraw it later. Would be a lot easier if you use separate layers. Nah, I don't think so. It's still the same thing. It's just a matter of the issue of the pack itself and the light source, so yeah. And this pack is already looking better, I think. Also watched the Dune. And I know now why you've asked me about this. It's just so weird. This is the very first time I've met with the movie, by the way. I've never had an idea that there's actually something similar. It's not necessarily one-to-one, it's just it has the same, like, possibly use the voice, yeah. Exactly, the same command mechanic. If it's how it can be called. It's a trope anyways, yeah. I believe there were power word, yeah. Exactly. It's just power word mechanic. You see many different fantasy series. It's also genius how they use colors in those movies and cam angles, yeah. I really like the way how they were changing. God damn it. I really like the way every color has its symbolism. I didn't look that deep into that, but I really like the way how of their camera works. If I would ever have a chance to make a film, a movie out of my story, possibly I would really love to have the same way of camera work. Hi Crow, good to have you here, how are you? Hope it's going. The banana man has come for your soul. From the Chrome issue event color team. Actually, is it? Yeah, kinda. I had to think about it because Freeman's orange. Shades, dark blue, green. Yeah. Hi Skylar, good to have you here. How are you? Hoping it's going. So when they show a shot in the desert, but there is no one on the screen yet, you can already tell who is that scene about by the color. Huh. I have to say, I thought that I didn't really notice that it was like kinda black and white-ish with certain colors boosted. I didn't notice that when I was watching a movie. They did that good, I see. It's not disruptive. It's hard to play the Fox TV thing with ease. Also, there will be a third movie soon. Hey, that's cool. You know, huh? trying to show what it is. By the way, you like this kind of sci-fi or still would rather watch some fantasy? I would rather watching some fantasy actually. I'm not really a huge sci-fi guy. I've watched... It ain't working. Trying to show what it is. Guess it ain't working, I see. The thing that says Fox with all the lights and drums and music at the start of some music, I see. There are some very few good fantasy movies out there, yeah, that's true. Unfortunately. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's 30th Fox or something like that. The D&D movie turned out kinda good, emo. Heard a bunch of bad things about it still, but yeah, I have to admit it turned out kinda good. I've expected less. It was fun, yeah. I tried to say it in ease, it won't work. You have fixed my depression with that. But yeah, I've had fun watching this thing. I cannot fulfill my lifelong desire to become an IKEA shelf. I shall now become an IKEA shelf. Give yourself an IKEA name too. I don't know, but every single time when I'm going to IKEA and I'm looking at all those names, it just reminds me of that Swedish chef from Muppets. I don't know, it just sounds like it. I guess, I mean, they are Swedish anyway, so I guess. I'm about to off myself. Bro. I can't believe. Product refi me popula. Yeah. It's still easier than like some IKEA names. Snustjarn. You say it wrong, you summon a demon, bro. Never mispronounce Greek and Latin, bro. Is this at least a sexy demon? Okay, it's easy for you, Davis. You are Polish, you are far worse than Swedes. Those bold, faceless employees, yeah. Bro, that reminds me, I was in IKEA not that long ago. I went there and out of nowhere, 4 hours passed. I have absolutely no idea how that happened. I want my 4 hours of life back now. Do you know the Infinite IKEA SCP? Yeah. I was such a huge SCP sucker, to be fair. I've been reading SCP library. Like, how the fuck you say 50 cent? 50-groszówka? Yes. Actually, grosz is a form of a still form of a Polish cent, right? So it's like PLN but in decimal. That's some superhuman shit there. The workers from it in the form of demons every time you mispronounce an IKEA furniture name, yeah. Hippopotamonstrossus, quipedalophobia. Yeah. That's an easy one. Save wyindualizowany invalida though. The fear of long words, yeah. That's funny. That's the legit name for the fear of long words, yeah. It's funny. Oh, you have a phobia. Which phobia do you have? And dude is literally getting a fucking panic attack every single time he has to say that he has a phobia for that. That's absolutely genius. Yes, yeah. Grzegorz Brzęczyszczykiewicz. Google the most difficult Hungarian word? Fuck. Polish language is goodbye and bless you. Really? Gee. Like in Polish, you don't really use those stuff every single time. Like for 50 grosz, you don't really say 50-groszówka. Ibophobia, the fear of palindromes. Yeah, and it's literally a palindrome. Also, Pokemons are not suitable for all of the people with phobias. There are people with phobias that won't be able to play Pokemons. People naming these phobias trying to be funny. It would be me, for real. If I would have to name a phobia, I would literally make it involve something that would remind someone of the phobia. I'm a little fuck, I know. Listen here, you little shit. I'm actually going to make... Like, what phobia you have? Do you start sweating thinking of the name of the phobia? See, Mr. AJ, I have to say that you have, after a thorough review of your psychic issues, we've concluded that you have a fear of long words. Oh, I see, not every word is long. Okay, that might be easy to dodge. What is the name of it? Hippopotamonstrosis quipedalophobia? Vishont Letesra and Scream heard even from the distance. Actually, Polish would be difficult for such a person. We have a lot of long words. Windualizowany, invalida, even last names. Konstantynopolitańczyk Owianeczka. Germans too? Yeah, Germans are fucks with long words. They have word that is literally describing something in detail. Like, come on, that's supposed to be a word. And I thought your name was difficult. Yeah. Had to check like 5-6 times when writing. Yeah, there are worse. For example, Brzęczyszczykiewicz. That's literally a last name that fucks with people, I have to say. Someone had fun. It doesn't sound as bad in speaking. In speak, yeah. But when you write it... like, this is actually how you write it. There's this Polish movie, How I've Started Second World War. It's literally a name of a movie. We have a rule to have a vowel in every 3 letters. Not here. That's good to know, actually, that there are some languages that have rules like this. It's like... Also, we can communicate easily by using only vowels. For fuck's sake. It's gotta be something. Me the background filling my sister's first pen dispenser. Huh? Your sister's first pen dispenser? Yeah, what is pen dispenser? It's a candy thing here in America, dude. It's a classic. I need to check. Yeah, no, pet candies come in a pen dispenser. Do they? Not pet or pen. Pez. Oh, Pez dispenser. Okay. I know what is Pez dispenser, but it's candies, not for pets. Okay, we have Pez too. We don't, but I know what it is, thankfully. We don't have Pez. Most of you don't have Pez? No. But I know it's like a form of a candy. I had a whole dispenser collection, yeah. I've seen a video about it that people are collecting those. Just glorified Smarties. What are Smarties? Oh wait, I know what are Smarties. Those are those chocolates coated in sugary coating, right? Isn't it like I mean yeah, it's like M&M's, yeah. It's some filled with small fat for not being failures to humanity. There is no chocolate in Smarties? Really? I think we have... Did you guys have glucose candy? No. We have only glucose to drink for diabetics. We call it grape candy. Glucose, sugar, condensed sugar. Does it taste like grape that you're calling it a grape candy, or does it just have a grape color? Bro, I'm stupid. Yeah, same. I'm today in a weird... Today is weird. Nah, usually it has mint taste. Ooh, I like it already. I haven't tasted it, but I like it already. Bro, I would kill for mint ice cream. I would straight up kill for some mint chocolate ice cream. Right now. Very similar to Paz, just more powdery and not as hard, I see. We have like powder candy. So basically it's not in like any form of dispenser or anything like that. It's actually in like diamond shaped box. Yeah, powder candy. So it's like just powdered sugar, but it's like in like different shapes. And it's kinda tangy, if that makes sense. There's some tang to it. You know? I think it could be equivalent of Pez here. I'm not sure what Pez is though. Like exactly. To compare it to something. And I don't want to sound like a dumbass. You have those fizzy stuff in small plastic bottle phone holders, I see. Just search it up, you nerd, bro. Don't call me nerd. Oh no, they're calling me nerd again. What am I going to do? I call my friends nerd. It's yeah. I'm joking, by the way. It's just a joke. Is either that a nickname or a blatant insult? Also, there are those rubbery candy. I think I know what you might talk about. I think we have those too. Or at least we have a candy that is like a rubber. Not gummy like Haribo. Yeah, it's like straight up like a rubber. Mom, yeah. That. E. Crow, you should visit EU. Yeah, come and visit us in the EU. It's funny. You don't have to buy a whole pack if you want just one bottle of a drink. You can just take it out from the set. Get a shock from our food, yeah. Like, to be fair, I've noticed that a lot of Americans have just trouble to comprehend that countries outside of America are not like America. Like how our Fanta tastes like fizzy orange juice, yeah. Same like, this dude looks like the emo animal protagonist only with brown instead of black hair. Anime protagonist on... Huh? I can spell for carp. Imagine. It's because he is, yeah. Oh no, the fangirls. Oh god, oh no. I don't have the fangirls. Scream! I'm declaring my fear now for when they come later. Doubt. I am not handsome enough. At least that's how he was introduced in the comic I saw last time. I tell you, Davis in the comics is evil. I'm a good boy though. In the anime character, all the fangirls pile on the ones they want the edgy boy. Davis is kinda edgy, actually. I have to admit, I kinda made him edgy. Poor Sasuke, who have you spelled the nerd that use name? Sasuke! I don't know why, but every single time I see or hear Sasuke's name, I just have this very poor Brazilian dubbing in my brain. I mean, some character development is always good. Vegeta was plain evil at the start of the BZ, no, he's just kinda just an a-hole. Yeah. True. Wanted to call him an anti-hero, but he doesn't have that status, yeah. People like to see anti-heroes, Deadpool, Venom, Punisher, etc. Yeah. I'm waiting to find a show or something that has the villains as the main protagonists with the heroes as the true bad guys. Freaking John Wick, yeah. Listen, John Wick had right to off those guys, okay? He killed thousands of people because they killed his puppy. I don't know who John Wick is. Baba Yaga. The show is called The Boys, yeah. Kinda. To be fair. He's a man of focus, commitment, and sheer fucking will. He once killed a man in a bar with a pencil. Yeah. But the pencil was made out of steel. Also, he just did Joker's magic trick. If it has violence or religion that isn't Christian, a set of beliefs held to my opponent's standards, or curse words of any kind, I'm not allowed to watch it. I'm not allowed to watch anime. Really? To watch fucking Looney Tunes? Why? This doesn't make any sense. Can't you, like, I don't know, just watch it on your laptop? In private mode? How old are you, Crow? So sorry if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. I'm just wondering, because that seems old enough to drive but young enough to not be out of high school. Okay, so at this point I can say that you're around, like, let's say 16, 18, right? Like somewhere between, because I believe you're old enough to drive is like 16 in America. Not sure if you have that, which driving license you have, but yeah. How come my mom wrote a scientific paper on this, that it's a bad idea to shelter kids from stuff they become too sensitive and too susceptible to influence from any source later. Yeah, I think this is also true. Like, it's good to make portions. Like, of course, it's bad idea to show like a very small kid Chainsaw Massacre, right? But I think, like, you know, there are certain like portions. That's why I was allowed to watch 18 plus stuff from 14. Yeah, kinda same. I'm not allowed to drive though. I crashed the lawnmower too many times. Bro. No way. Seeing the original Highlander movie at 13 with all the blood and killing stuff. I'm about to watch Doctor Who for some reason though and make horror art. That's really bizarre. I don't really understand this idea. Like, Doctor Who is far worse, I would say, if you really want to gatekeep a kid. I guess, yeah, you can call it like that, gatekeeping a child or kid. It's, you know, like, I mean, I think if you are 16 plus, you should be able to watch anything, yeah. Like, that's a bit weird, in my opinion. The boys have some violence, yeah. Just some. A little, just a tiny bit. Of course, Crow, like, I hope you are not taking it as any form of, like, you know, attack or anything like this. I'm just wondering, because that's a very bizarre decision that I'm, you know, meeting with, I think, for the first time. Like, considering your age, like, I've seen, you know, how some of the parents. I literally wasn't allowed on the internet until I was 12, and only just recently am I now allowed to watch YouTube for longer than an hour a day. My sister's got internet access at 6 and 7 though. That's okay. At this point, I call it a bullshit. Like, what's happening there? I'm sorry, but like, this is, you know. It's because I'm being raised by old people. I know that feel. I assume you are also working, right? Now imagine Amish people. I mean, for Amish people, it's like, I don't know how to say this. For Amish people, it's it's a bit different way, I think. Like, generally, they are not using any kind of technology or anything like this, so not aware of things happening in the world because the lack of digital media, yeah. We live near those dudes, pretty chill, they build us a shed, yeah. I believe they actually still kinda help keeping up with the old techniques. Because nowadays you don't really meet with some stuff, and I find it kinda difficult. Because, like, here's the thing. You want a desk, but you can't find that desk, you know? What you do when you have skills, you go by, you also not being to be able to be on the net is also bad, because what you do instead, watch TV, where there is propaganda in every single channel all the time, yeah, that's that. That's also true. Like, for example, I was up to date with a couple things, but then I've met with friends from said countries where stuff were happening and they were saying totally different thing than what TV was saying. That's kind of shit, because why spreading misinformation like this? It doesn't even change someone's views, it's just, you know, they just say twisted truth, and that doesn't affect anything. That literally has no effect or any like any typical source that people would change info for. It just is changed info. My family watching Fox News so much the logo got burned into the TV screen. Jesus. Yeah, like, how to say this? Fox News is lying all the time though. Yeah. That's what I've heard from friends too. I've even heard that some guy decided to quit on the spot because he had enough of spreading misinformation. Like straight up from the news. Not sure what country was it now. I think it was America. But yeah, I think it was when there were strikes in Paris about the retirement or something like this. In our news, sounds like American thing to do. In our news, they were saying that X amount of people already died because of police violence and stuff, and that people are still fighting. Of course, without showing the proper, any video evidence or anything like that of this. And I've asked about that people who actually live in Paris and meet with those staff when they are walking to the work, and they said that nothing like that happened. Like people are just standing like walls. On one side you have police, on the other side you have people, and just people are, protesting and stuff, and police is just taking care to see that nobody's hurting no one, and nothing bad was happening, like straight up. So you see like how much people are, how much things are going down the drain. I think at certain point they're starting to show such informations only for how do you call it, for like quote-unquote entertainment purposes, not for informative purposes, just so people would see how bad, like either just to show like, oh hey, look how bad there is abroad, and that's it, just so people would forget whatever is happening here, because the situation here is also not really good, like especially living situation. Housing prices are going off the roof, people have no money to even pay for bread at certain times, especially by the end of the month. All our TVs censored and overseen by our government, and the only opinion allowed on our TVs that praise our PM as the savior of the galaxy and greatest leader ever, and we wonder why all people who are non-stop on the TV are fanatics of him. Yeah, this is a thing. Like, let's say, if I would be shown on the TV 24/7 and I would be constantly prized for everything, people would start prizing me for things I haven't done. And this is actually true. This is how it works. Same thing goes on the internet though. Like, I can tell you, same things goes on the internet. If, for example, you have people that are like, constantly saying, oh hey, look how good this person is, he donated that much to the charity, he donated that much to the charity. And people are constantly prizing that person, and by the end of the day, when, for example, there's a huge evidence coming out that this person actually had a romantic relationship with a minor, people are in disbelief, and for like 2-3 weeks after this evidence, people are still not believing that this is truth, even though there's like crapload of other things. Also, there was some proven experiments, and it's true that if you repeat something enough, people will believe it, especially children and old people, yeah. This is the issue, because the logical thinking is not really pushed in our life. We are not connecting dots. That's why IQ is dropping, average IQ. Back in the days, average IQ was like around 105, 110. You mean critical thinking? Yeah. But like, it's still logical thinking too. Like back in the days, it was like average IQ was 105, 110. It dropped to average 100, and now it's around 107, 108. Wait. I think I've seen people talking about this. Or wait, what is average IQ? I think it was for a country. Oh, there we go. Someone was saying like, there we go. They say that average IQ scores, average intelligence, scores from 94.2 to 104.3. But this is on a scale between like 1990s, from what they say, to nowadays. But nowadays, if you see, there's more of the 94s to 99s instead of 100s. So like the proper thing. Did you watch the debate? Get the joke? Any ideas on how to convince them the people in Ohio aren't eating the cats and dogs? Crow, tell them that Biden gives them free food, so why would they eat cattle and doggos? Damn. I don't know. I have to say, this is like, meh. Like everything. At certain point, I've stopped. I was really active, like debater on stuff like this, but I've lost interest when people are started to literally say that, oh, like, you literally show people the freaking data, everything, scientific documents and stuff, and they're like, okay, yeah, take your papers, close yourself in your world, and that's it. As if they are not closing in their own world, believing stuff that is not truth and just, you know, having their source as because I've said so. It's literally every single debate stopped like this for like 3 years straight. So I've decided to, like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm just not going to debate with people anymore. It's because they haven't consumed enough information and media skills. To be fair, when I was a kid, I was literally reading scientific documents about physics and psychology and psychiatry. Like straight up, like doctors' documents. And not adapt to thinking about the validity of every statement, yeah. Let me guess, the government is lying, give me my essential oils, no shorts, meh. Meh. Yeah, something like that. It's just, we don't believe in essential oils and people just don't want to get vaccinated though. So they just say that it's bad to get shots, but they are not on the level to start believing in essential oils. I was the first one standing in line for the vax. I've had to wait for my turn, but when they finally announced that my year could finally get the vaccination, I was literally on my way to get the vaccination. Give me your manager, I know you got them frozen piece hidden from me on the back room. It's all conspiracy, me. You know what's the best? Listening about like how, like listening people talking. I worked for an airline, so I had to get it in priority and the good time, Moderna, not the Russian Chinese. I don't remember which one I've got, but I've got one for sure. I've got double. I've had no side effects though. Like, a lot of people say, oh yeah, after vaccination you are going to feel like crap. You are going to have a high fever and shit. Like, I've got the vaccination, I was just chilling. Like, nothing happened. And if you had double, it's either Moderna or Pfizer. Yeah, I've got double. I could assign for the triple, which was like insurance ones. You should have fever after the shot. I think I've had like a slightly elevated one, but it wasn't like 43 degrees Celsius as some people are saying. I've had like, I think, you know, the 38 or something like that, or like around this. Like, yeah. I usually have 37 degrees Celsius temperature. I don't know why. My temperature is raised by like 0.4 degrees for no reason. Random fun fact, I ran a cohort of 22 people, like I 22 edgy depressed teenagers from my town. What kind of cult? It's called a friend list. But yeah, I have to say, like, I absolutely despise what is going on. I just want to chill. To be fair, it's better if you just chill, not getting into like arguments or any debates or anything like that. If someone is telling you something, just you say just whatever. I don't care. Like, some people call me boring for that, but it's just I don't want to. The problem is that I like to debate. I like to debate too. I like to talk with people about stuff. But the issue is that a lot of people just don't know the fields. And they are still speaking about this. And whenever you are trying to prove them wrong, and you are showing them evidence, or they Google it and they look at the proper evidence, then say, Google is always showing lies anyway. Why won't my previous message appear? It might be actually because of YouTube. It sucks, but YouTube does it every now and then. It's just picking random user and it's hiding their messages from the streamer. I don't know why. Like, completely. No idea. Bruh, yeah. Exactly. That's what I said. But yeah, my issue is that I would love to debate about some stuff. Like, for example, how short media is actually... I used to stick to my opinions too until I disprove them, then I make sure to let the other know, not to make anybody accidentally dumber. Yeah. Like, I was kind of doing the same thing, like, you know, I was up to date with a lot of stuff. What are you talking about, Crow? Also, people are a lot more credible to acknowledge when they are wrong, yeah. Like, I'm doing the same thing, whenever I'm, like, proven wrong, you know, that's what we do, my bro. But yeah, whenever I'm proven wrong, I'm always, like, updating people on that. Like, I remember once I've been watching some, you know, a doctor talking about certain thing, and that he's like trying to prove stuff, and he was showing a lot of data that was actually proving his statement. But after like a week, and I've had a debate with someone about this, and the person like, oh, okay, I didn't know about this, etc., right? But like literally week after it was like changed. I think it was about the gee, what was it, like a neural link within people's brains or something, that, you know, that they were capable to actually not. I plan to one day have my own art community code, watching with them as my mods. They are perfect in every way, except GK. He's gotta go. GK wouldn't be happy hearing about this, I can tell. Is this what your code do? Making people sad? I think the word is community, not cult. Yeah. I mean, by definition, cult is a community of people of a certain belief established by a leader. He's been kicked out five different times for consumption of illegal products and starting unnecessary fights. He's generally a problem. I see. Why you are letting him back? What are illegal products? Probably the antibiotics that Ryan is selling. We have a connection. He was my first friend, he lives down the street. Yeah, but if the person is aggressive, for example, even like towards you, let's say, that's not good. Like, you can talk with that person, and for sure it's better than just kicking them in the ass right away, but like, you know, you've gotta give that person an ultimatum that what he's doing is actually affecting you as his friend, and that it would be better if he would stop, you know, for example, using those substances because it's hurting you. And if he cares about the friendship, he should stop, because you don't think you would want to be a friend with him anymore if this is how it will happen. Sometimes people that are abusing certain substances need to have such ultimatum. If they want to ruin their life, they are going to kick you in the ass and say, okay, then fuck off. But it's for the better, because if someone is abusing substances, sooner or later it's going to actually start affecting also your life, because that person is going to see a friend within you, and they are going to come in. There are already many different stories where person abusing substances was coming into someone's house as a friend, and on the side they were stealing their stuff to buy said substances. For example, if those were narcotics like opioids, or even alcohol, even for the alcohol, or trying to get you into the same thing. Yeah, it's pretty surprising. Yeah. Like, there was a guy who had a brother who was literally stealing from him every Sunday. I know a lot of drug users, and even the wealthy ones, are stealing stuff for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it's because, for example, they want a dosage, but the dosage is getting more expensive, so they don't have enough cash on the one go. So to get the cash for the ride, they are still getting to. No, it was pretty cheap, huh? That's weird. I mean, it depends too, because if it's like, if that person was, let's say, known a client or something, then for sure it wasn't, you know, like kept as it wasn't like kept away, you know. For sure the price rises for the clients too. This is how they are making their business, you know. I've seen this way too many times. I've had a lot of drug users in my school, and I really seen it way too many times. Doesn't make people sad, it's actually a support group really. Me and two other people act as therapists to the others. We hold events and bonding things, do games and give gifts. So actually, still keeping person who's abusing substances, it's really toxic and negative for your thing, because that is not making people comfortable when they have to deal with someone who is acting this way. Especially when person is aggressive and wants to beat the living shit out of people. Trust me. I've had a person in the streams that was acting weird. Later that person started to actually, like, you know, came in and started talking like bullcrap and saying that, you know, they are, you know, taking some substances. It was like really old, almost at the very beginning. It was an issue because that person started to talk more and more weird stuff, to the point where I had to actually get rid of that person. He got really furious. This person was fuming. Then it was before me, yeah, way before you. Like, we are streaming, I think, for like 4 or 5 years now. Yes, like, my channel is that old. I'm streaming, doing content for this long. But yeah, this person was like really toxic and abusing substances and talking a lot of crap and actually abusing people verbally. When there are people coming in, you know, saying a lot of like stuff. We're on votes and court meeting for crimes and potential bans. See, it's still not good, because people that need such consoling have actually very weak judgment. It's like in your hands to keep everything comfortable. Think of it as if you would have a community as a streamer. You have to keep in check if someone is not a scammer, it's not affecting other viewers, etc. So imagine we would have a person in our community that would start walking around the people's DMs and actually start like insulting them, threatening them, doing a lot of stuff. This is actually something that was happening that time. We've had like 4 people. I've lost 3 people and had only that one person that was abusive. I've talked with those people, and those 3 people that stopped attending the streams, like, hey, what happened, etc. And they said that and they started talking what was going on in their DMs, and they didn't wanted this, and this person was actually very aggressive and doing a lot of stuff, sending weird shit and actually threatening them and their families even. So, like, you know, I've lost all 4 people that I've had on the channel. It was like very bad for my channel, because that 3 people didn't want to comment anymore, even though that person was banned. I was wrecked, but yeah. Stuff like this happen, especially when you're at the very beginning, and you do take responsibility for what people are doing on your streams. That's why you have to ban, kick people, give them warns, do stuff. Of course, there are things like, you know, someone is just slightly bothersome, and so you can just say, hey, stop it, right? It's not cool. But if the person is going to continue, you have to actually start doing stuff and give ultimatums. If the person is going to keep doing this, you have to say like, okay, you are doing way too much harm. I'm banning you because you are breaking everything way too much. There are rules, and rules have to be abided by people. Of course, sometimes you can like allow yourself. Like for example, if you had a slightly political talk, for example, propagandas and stuff, and what is going on in the news. That's slightly political, but not 100%. I went for it, but because I don't really see harm, because that's like whatever. Like a lot of people have the same thinking about it. I just don't, you know. I'm not like judging people about what they are watching or something, or what they believe in. It's just, you know, I'm just a gray area for a lot of stuff connected with political stuff, so that's it too. The issue starts when people are taking things way out of hand, and generally the rules to not be political are only because a lot of people are taking their political stance way too seriously, and they are actually doing a lot of things that are hurting other people in the chat, right? So this is actually how it goes. That's why I'm saying that if you have a community of your own, you have to watch out for who you are letting into the group, and actually make like a certain action-reaction really quickly. So if you have, let's say, 3 people, you have to keep up with them and talk with those people when bad things are happening, and those 3 people, you included, have to actually do stuff even behind people's backs, you know? Like, takes a problematic person in the back. I say government news or anything similar, I will respond with that. Yeah. To be fair, being a streamer is much more difficult than a lot of people could think. A lot of people don't really expect to have issues with, you know, someone's like beliefs and stuff. Like, okay, people can believe what they can, sure, but a lot of people are very adamant what they believe in and can actually abuse other people, and this is where you as a streamer have to come in. This is like this is how it looks like to have a community. Every single person that has a community of any sort, if it's a forum, if it's like game engine, if it's like anything, even like just a Discord server, because a lot of people make public Discord servers that you can join, even those stuff need to have very like almost 24/7, you know, watch table. I have a bot that is helping me with stuff. I have a friend that helped me, you know, setting up Sapphire bot, so it's helping me a little bit, but for sure, what a pain. Yeah, but you know, stuff like this are for sure going to have some issues later on. We are still going to for sure experience some issues, like, you know, bot attack, like bot raids and stuff. For example, my friends that are also Vtubers were protected by like 4 or 5 bots and still had to wipe their entire servers. Like, wipe their entire servers. They weren't deleting them, but they were actually kicking out every single person, every single bot and stuff, and obliterating every single channel and building the server from the very scratch, and that's that. Unfortunately, this is actually happening every now and then, even for bigger streamers. I believe it was it Yvonne from Offline TV? I think so. There are people. For example, there was a drama in Offline TV with one of the ex-members, well, now ex-members, and generally Yvonne was being constantly abused by people, thinking that whatever happened was wrong, even though she had adamant evidence that this person was a creep and abuser and doing a lot of fucked up stuff. And you know, for example, even though they knew that this person had issues, because this person was abusing alcohol, right? And that's when those stuff was happening. This person got, you know, I think 2 chances from what they were saying, 2 or 3 chances. They were talking with this person. They've even, like, you know, sat down, said, okay, like, we can get you therapy if you have struggles to pay a therapy for yourself, etc. And like, you know, he even that didn't do shit. So like, you know, 3 chances turn out to be not enough because one of the members, which was Yvonne, started to have a lot of issues with him. Because of that, and you know, what happened, and generally stuff went like, you know, shit hit the fan really quickly. But he was exmitted from the group, and you know, I think he's still streaming, but he took a break to like quote unquote find himself. At least this is what he was claiming on social medias. Like posting a lot of different photos that he was like traveling around the world trying to find his inner peace and like finally do something about himself, but it didn't really work out, I think. I'm not sure. I hope it did work out. Like, you know, I'm never hoping for the worst for anyone. I don't know. From what I remember, some people are like, you know, still cheering him on, but like from the you know, from the background, because he finally started to work on himself, and that was it. But you know, stuff are changing. People have to go ahead, go further in life. And this is exactly why stuff like this is very problematic. Because you don't really expect from certain people certain behaviors. I still remember what a huge shock it was for people in social media that this person was like this. Not even that, I still remember the who was it, Minx situation? That was kinda similar, but on a bit different note. She just had, I think she just had troubles with alcohol. The internet makes the people weirdos. I wouldn't say so. It depends. Some people are just very specific on their own. And what is this specificness is that they just had no guidance in specific fields. And that affects them mentally. Sometimes things are making so there's for example some events that are making people's making an imprint on person's psychological part, you know. So this is actually how it can go. So like the general idea is that you never expect what can affect you mentally. For example, I believe from the entire case of Minx, right? I believe that the main issue was that she had like very low self-esteem because her YouTube channel wasn't really going as she wanted. and well, YouTube channel, well, generally her content making wasn't really going the way she wanted, and the main thing was that she started doing drunk streams, and that's when she started to peak. And that, like, just because she was insecure, she was also scared to come to stop the drunk streams, and that snowballed into alcoholism. That was, I believe that's how it went straight up, psychologically. Because she talked about it, that one of her biggest issues is that she's very insecure about her channels and generally her accounts and stuff, because she's not doing quote-unquote numbers, right, and stuff. So the general thing was already established that it was mostly made by the fear of falling off, to say easier. So that's that. Same thing goes for, I guess this is the same snowball effect that goes for literally any and like generally any alcoholic. Like, they have a problem or insecurity, they start drinking, they like lock in on the idea that it got better when they started drinking, so they drink more and they end up being alcoholics. This is like generally the entire idea of being addicted to something is just because it's a form of either running away mechanism, coping mechanism, or a boost of some sort of artificial feeling, right? So by artificial feeling I mean that, you know, for example, they feel certain way when they or they started feeling certain way, let's say, for an example better, just to visualize everything, they just started to feel better after starting to consume alcohol more regularly, and the habit of regular consumption of alcohol started to actually become the addiction, because they started to feel that every time they don't drink it, it's like locked in their brains that every time they don't drink it, everything bad comes back, even though it's not necessarily true. So this is the main issue. And even when you meet up with some homeless people that stopped drinking and started to get clearance of mind, they actually say the same thing, that the main issue was that they stopped drinking because they thought it was helping them with their issue, but in the end it was just making worse. It was just they were not noticing the fact that it was getting worse because they were drunk all the time. Wanna instead speak of how hands resemble rocks with stiff worms taped to them? Because this is mildly depressing. Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's just, again, like, I've been reading way too much like psychology and psychiatry papers and documents and like doctors documents that, you know, any like form of, like, for example, addictions or things like depression and stuff is actually a topic that I'm really extending on because of how much I've been reading about those things. Same, for example, physics. I'm not good at physics, but I like, for example, the theoretical physics, like wormholes, time travel, etc. Like, I just like this idea. But yeah, we can talk about something else. I can't wait to start watching further One Piece. Because one of the main things that I really want is catching up with One Piece. I know that it's like new episodes are coming out, but if I start watching One Piece more regularly, and I can actually watch a lot of episodes throughout the day, I've noticed. If I start watching One Piece and start working on stuff, I can actually steamroll on the episodes and actually complete a lot of work. The thing is that, for example, if I learn, it's difficult for me to watch anything because I can't focus as much as I can focus while, for example, drawing. So when I'm drawing, for sure I'm going to watch anime, and I have some things to draw, so for sure I'm going to watch episodes of One Piece. I finished the thing with the guy with Spring Fruit as the last arc, and I have to say, every single arc, even a short one like this guy with Spring Fruit, it makes so many different stuff. Also, I wanted to start record. My brother watches the Piece of One show. It scares me. I don't even know why. Why it scares you? What's scary about it? Like the power of the devil fruit, or what is this scare portion? Because like the main idea is that you are getting abominable power, but you are literally stiffing out, and you can't really do anything if you touch salty seawater. And this is actually one thing that is kind of really cleverly said. It has to be seawater. It has to be salty seawater of my own shadow. Anything can scare me for no reason at any time. I believe it's because you are literally just gate kept from so many different stuff. If I would have to be real with you, I would recommend you like starting watching some stuff. Horrors especially. You are missing out on so many things, or not even horrors if you don't want to, if you are really scared, considering that actually horrors might be a bad like recommendation, but if you really would want to watch, let's say, anime, just go ahead. You are 16 at this point. If you have a laptop, right? I think you've mentioned you have a laptop, or that was someone else. If you have a laptop, you can just, in your room, or PC in your own room, you can just turn on like anime site and start watching anime. Like, what gives? I don't have a room. Oh. We watched a beheading video on flip phones at 14. We had very similar teenager years. I remember my colleagues from the class were watching like a lot of stuff from Sadistic, and they were like, you know, going in and out for like, if when someone was jumping from the like electric pole, and like literally the thigh bones were piercing through their sides. I have a flip phone too. It's good life alert. It's good life alert. To be fair, flip phones were really cool. I wish I would have Motorola. One of my friends was obsessed with corpses of people who died in weird ways. Yeah, that's like people that are going to be serial killers are born. Like, a lot of serial killers had similar obsessions. Life alert. I don't remember life alert thing. By the way, what kind of flip phone you have? Motorola? Like Razer or something like that? Dog mummified in tree on accident. I mean, yeah, I've seen that one. It was found, right? A lumberjack cut down, and 950 was the best? I have no idea. It was just given to me and I was like, oh, cool. Huh, I see. I was really good at writing a SMS at freaking flip phones. I had this Nokia that was also the old Motorola Razors. Yeah, Motorola Razors. I always wanted Motorola Razor. I've had this phone that was like this, had like the a screen on the most of the part and buttons here, but you could like, you know, push it with your thumb up and it was like, you know, the screen was going up and you had the keyboard here. That was a really cool phone. I remember. Slide out the keyboard, yeah. That was a really fantastic phone. Really good one. But yeah. Now I have, you know, like typical touch screen phone. Back in the days, those are also Sony Walkman phones. Oh, I don't remember those anymore. Actually, I still remember how my mom was struggling with figuring out the touchscreen phone. I was sitting with her and trying to help her, like, getting accustomed with this. She finally got it, but she was coming back. She was coming back to her old phone every now and then when something was making her angry. I remember before she finally got rid of the keyboard phone, she exchanged her phone like 7-8 times or even more. And the Siemens ones with the box pushing game. I think I remember the box pushing game. I was raised on black and white TV shows, especially the Andy Griffith show and Green Acres. The color shows I had were most just things like everybody loves Raymond. I see. Nokia had Snake and Spaceship game. We've had more games. In my years of those phones. I also remember my first communion. Of course, like on the first communion, every kid was getting like a lot of different stuff. I've got a digital camera and I was like recording. Isn't Nokia that indestructible thing everybody claims could break a whole car or something? Yeah, it is. I've seen also someone throwing this brick, like legit obsidian, yeah. We had codes in magazines. You had to send in SMS to an expensive number. They sent down the games and background pictures and ringtones to your phones. Yeah, I remember those too. I've never done that though, because it was way too expensive. Like one game was like 50 PLN on a phone. It had only WAP. But it was kinda unusable, I see. Quick gather as many as we can and light a fire in the center. Let's go to the Nokiator. Let's go. But yeah, I've seen someone making a video that old Nokia actually break through the window of the Cybertruck. Like straight up. I don't know if it was, oh no, the Nokiator. Yeah, I remember someone actually I think it was like fake video, but it was funny. Minecraft Nokia hard mode, yeah. I remember someone made a mod for Nokia in Minecraft and it was like, you could make Nokia phone, Nokia sword, like Nokia tools, Nokia armor. I still have Nokia on my desk. But it's already the Microsoft version, I see. I believe until the last year I've still had some Nokias. Also, Windows phones were really fucking good. Hmm. Nokia to my house. Get it? Good traction only as a business phone like BlackBerry. Yeah, laugh now. That's enough that I can do with my throat right now. Sorry. I'm still wondering what I can record as a long play. I have a bunch of games, but those games are quote-unquote infinite. I can make... I guess I have to make a wheel of names and just randomize the game. Or I'm going to let one of the viewer pick. Set a goal in the game. Yeah, that's a thing, right? Like, for example, in Minecraft I can just beat the Ender Dragon. Terraria I can beat the Moon Lord. I'ma leave now, cause yeah, later nerds, remember the Banana Man shall always be after your soul. It's alright, Crow, take care. Thank you for coming, though. Thank you for coming. Hope to see you more often. And stay safe, man. I have no soul. Same, I've sold it to a big company for money. And it's still shit of money. Maybe the Banana Man helps to find it. The salami lead ain't fit. Cause the salami lead can't fit. The salami lead, the salami lead. Do you have like sometimes like a earworm but for phrases, and literally saying that phrase is like an itch to your brain? Like, it was calculated, but man, I am bad at math. The what? Like, you have a phrase, right? Like, the salami lead can fit, right? Like, from a meme, for example. Like, damn, Daniel. Or something like that. Do you sometimes have, like, a earworm? Like, sometimes you have, like, a song stuck to your head, right? In your head, right? And you can get out, make it get out. But for literally like a meme phrase, and like you can't really make it out, but saying the phrase is like itching your brain straight up. Like it helps like scratching on an itch. I don't know, maybe I'm just meh. Again, today is not really, I see. Today is a weird day. I am an awkward guy. I really like Dandadan. Sounds like some turret kind of thing. I might have a turret. I sometimes get hyper fixated on words too. Like, you know what is the hyperfixation of words? Like, when something loops, and you just loop. I'm at episode 7. Hey, that's the first time I've actually watched an anime faster than you. I'm proud. But also, what the fuck happened to my life? But I have to be proud of those things. I'm making game, yeah. Same. It's just when I'm working on stuff, I'm watching anime. Because I'm weird. Would have watched in one sitting otherwise, yeah. I can assume this. That you would straight up just knock it out from the club right away. I can concentrate on 2 things at once, really? Oh. Okay. I am multitasking, but sometimes it's actually getting the best of me because I can't really focus on one thing. I need, for example, like a background noise or something. Like watching anime and stuff. Because otherwise I can't really focus on work. That's why I'm always like turning on, like, let's say I have this YouTuber, Polish YouTuber that's playing games. I'm not really watching any of his series until I'm, you know, doing something really, like, let's say work related or something like that. So when I am at work, I'm turning on YouTube, turning on that YouTuber and just watching his videos in the background. I don't really watch the video though. I don't have him like on the small screen as I have the anime. But yeah. I used to watch YouTube videos while playing chess or Territorial IO. No. I see. So that's kinda that. But it's like I'm switching between them when in idle mode, I see. Yeah, sometimes I'm also forgetting that the video finished. I'm so like hyper focused on making the task, but like the YouTube video helps me to ease out into that hyper focus, you know? Because otherwise I can't really bring myself to it. Milk in a bag of milk, 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 in a bag of milk. I used to watch back cool anime moments. This is actually how I was picking my new anime. Like I've had this like a Polish it was like a Polish anime calendar, but they've had like a lot of stuff going on. There was like an anime radio where was, you know, like a guy that was hosting. He was talking about the new anime, making like questions, talking about the seasons, like upcoming anime, etc. But also they've had like the anime calendar, and on their YouTube channel, because they've had also a YouTube channel, they were, how do you call it? They were also making like, you know, all trailers of anime fall 2023, right? So you were sitting down and you could watch trailers of all of the anime or like cool moments from those anime, and you could actually see what anime was really cool. I used to watch that and pick favorite anime. I've had my anime list like back in the days on very old email that got deleted because it got pawned way too many times, and at this point it was like AIDS. So I've had to get rid of it because, like, you know, the scammers were starting to use it, etc. So I've had to delete the entire email, just so I wouldn't have any problems still for that. Because, by the way, in Poland, yes, you can get troubles for not acting or anything like that, because they are like associating those actions to you because it's your email. It's very difficult to get rid of those accusations, so that sucks. But yeah, I've started to get like weird emails like, hey, is it your how do you call it? Hey, is it your... My mail account is like 20 plus years old. Shoot. Are you changing password to it though? But also I have to say, like, I've had this email and I was registering to like games. You know? I've had like a bunch of, you know, web browser games registered to this account, and that sucked. I need like a you know, 5-minute mail kind of thing, because there are still some websites that are allowing you to play games, but you still have to register, and I don't want to create another freaking mail just for those games. I've already got like 4 different emails. Also, I have to soon change my password to the mail where I have stuff connected to my bank account and bank account itself, because like my Steam, I have a trash email for registering everywhere I didn't care about otherwise. Yeah, I kind of have it too, but I started to use it also for like work stuff and shit, so now deleting it is going to be bad. I might need to like go on there, get rid of the quote-unquote subscriptions to some stuff. I have to redo a couple things, you know, like clear it out and shit, so there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of work that I have to do. But I know that if you have like 5-minute mail or something, you can just, you know, freely do stuff. At least it used to be a site that was really handy, because it was allowing you to make a trash mail that was burning after 5 minutes. I hope it's still active. It was a really cool one. To be fair, at this point, some websites are not even checking if the mail is real or not. You don't, like, you are getting the activation emails, but they are not really doing much. You can register your account and it's not doing anything. You can still use the account anyway. I believe it's just that if you are not activating the email, and you are not active for X days, they are going to just abolish the account. So it's like, you know, deleting of the account is coming in faster. But I know that some of the websites are not really doing shit to any accounts whatsoever. Probably I could still go to some of those, you know, online sites, use my old mail that is not even, you know, working properly, and I could log into the account made with it, and it would still work with no issues. Oh yeah, whatever. Okay, it's 2 hours and we are not even close finishing it. I believe it's because this shading technique is not something I'm used to. But I kinda get it now. Again, this is like still the Rinatuna style. It's just, you know, I've been slowly pushing closer and closer to his style, and now I'm like going 100% on his style and works. Yeah, can't wait to actually start doing my own games. I know that it's going to be a bit more problematic because I have to really push through with C#. But I already know how to make the input stuff in the console at least. But like, that should be good. To be fair, if I'll be able to, I would want to remake one tool that I've done for myself in C#, and I believe I might be even close to start being able to do that. Like, I have a tool with like crap load of different stuff with like calendar and shit, where I can just type in what to do, like plan out an entire month what to do and in what certain thing. Equal console.read line. It wasn't var. It's using it's using string. Yeah. So string name semicolon, and then you can type in name equal something. It's like, I guess it's establishing some sort of like a function name, or like name that you can call out. Var is for keeping it short and it can figure it out. Okay, so I can still use var, right? And loops are still working the same way as JS? Like if, else, if, etc. It will be the same type as the statement on the right side, but strong type opposed to JS. Okay. Seems legit. For loop is a bit different on collections. Okay. So I'll read it when I'll be on loops. Then for var I equals yeah. Yeah, it's literally looking the same. Something done 10 times. Yeah. It's literally that. I've done my loops in JS literally the same way. And then underneath used to use for like... Now I've used them the same way. I can tell you that right now. Used to use for like, yeah. Now I'm positive that JS is using for loop the very same way, because I was doing that exact way when I was making my scripts for in technical college. This is exactly how I was doing it. It was working the same way. That's cool if it's working the same way. That means I've got like basics covered. I just need to read through because some things are actually different. So I wouldn't be shocked if the same thing would go for that. But yeah, I have a nice tool that has like a calendar, and it keeps track of like what tasks I've placed in the day to work on, and it's like showing by the way, it's the same in Java and CPP and C too. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. So I've got a really nice like base of coverage when I was learning JS, I assume. So I know what would be the first some sort of like app I would do, because I want to have like app that would calculate stuff, for example, you know, based on how much I've pushed, how much cash I've pushed to my savings account and stuff. Built on C, so they are similar. C would be a better base. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But you were learning C, for example, doesn't have types. Yeah. That's something I remember the teachers mentioning, that that those don't have types. To be fair, now, if going with the program in the same technical college, I would learn C and C#, FYI. I would be able to totally ignore HTML, CSS, and JS. I would strive up to learn C and then C#. That sucks, literally, that they've changed that literally exactly when I was leaving technical college. C++ is pretty good to start with too. I see. There is a... It's object-oriented. C wasn't. I see. I see. But yeah, this sucks that my learning while trying to become a, you know, IT specialist sucked so much that I've learned absolutely bullshit of languages. Like, it's not used for anything I'm doing. C had only structs to keep data structure. C++ introduced classes. I see. That's interesting. People in JS have classes too, but don't use them. I was using classes. I was using ID and classes, both of them, because classes were, so to say, kind of better. In C# almost everything is in a class. I see. That's cool. And useful. Because I was doing everything in a class anyway. Like console.writeLine. That's a class? Console is a class. Oh. Oh yeah, the book mentioned that. That everything can be a class in C#. I think they've literally mentioned the same example. And again, that really sucks that they didn't really taught me in technical college. They didn't really taught me any standards. Actions, functions, delegates, etc. plus some data like primitives and structs are not classes. They're their own type, right? Like function is its own type, like besides class. Like bool is a bool, yeah. And it's not a class, yeah. Not even object. At least that I've got. Class is a subclass of object? Yeah. You can kinda say that. I think, at least in my logistics. Like in my logic, I do think of it like that. Too. That's very clear and understandable for me. I don't know if the book mentions boxing. No, I don't think I've seen boxing yet. And unboxing. I haven't. I don't know. So far it didn't. I hope it will. Seems intriguing. And something that I could use. You can wrap a bool into a boolean, take note that it starts with big letter and has longer class. Huh. It's called boxing. G. I haven't got to booleans yet. We'll see if they are going to, for example, mention it. What objects are reference types? If two variables are the same primitive number and you change one's value, the other is unchanged. I mean, yeah, because there are different variables. Two variables are the same class and you change one value, then both change. And that's because they are attached to kind of the same family, right? So they have the same thing. But do you... I mean the same instance of class. So, but you would have to change it through the class, not through the variable itself, right? Because the variable itself can be changed and still be changed, and other one is rigid. But if you make change to the entire class, the everything that has the same class is going to be affected by that change, right? It's easier to imagine like classes are somewhere in the memory and variables point to the same data, aka referencing the same memory space. So, like, the variable is... So, like, you have the same box where you have one, and one person is talking about box with letter 1, and second person is also talking about the letter 1. But you can change what the second person is talking to, so like person is the variable, and this person can start talking about the box with letter 2, with number 2, right? Of the variable is a memory address, I see. So basically, if both of these same variables are talking about the same box and you are changing the variable from the box to 2, both of them are going to still talk about the same number. But if you are going to change, quote-unquote, the value of the variable itself, then the box, then they are like talking about two different classes, right? Wait. So class is the box, right? Reassigning the variable, yeah. So if you are reassigning the variable itself, then it's going to have different number, but the one that is still in the same field remains unchanged. But isn't the class bounding them? So like if P2 was had reassigned number to 2, no? Oh, okay. So if I just change the class's value, then then all variables that are talking about the same class are changing their values, but I can reassign the value. I can reassign the variable with different. Okay. So I thought that I thought about that in the first place. I thought correctly in the first place. I had the I just had to ask about the instances. That's how reference types work. That's cool. That's cool. That's really usable. I can kind of see how it could be used in a couple instances. That's really darn cool. Hey, I've learned something while streaming. That's really nice. I can still learn something while streaming. And for values types, it's like every variable has its own private value. And passing it anywhere is like making a copy. Oh, that's cool. It will be important where you use variables as parameters for methods. I see. Okay. I have a bit better idea now about variables. We'll see if the book is actually talking about this. I'm not sure. I haven't. I've made some quick reading over the speedrun, and it's not really mentioning that, I think. I mean, again, it was speed reading. I was speed reading that, so I could just keep it with my mind now. But that's a new. Because if you give it a value type, it handles it as a copy of the value, which is its own. But if a method gets a reference type, it can change the value and it changes outside too. Okay. Oh yeah. So like, for example, instances of an item, right? So if you are like changing the if you are changing the variable to have like different one, every script that is using that variable as a notation for how many instances of that item you have, then all of those scripts are changing the number to the copy they have to the same of that variable anyway. Yeah. Hope I'm right. I could not follow. So like, let's say if you have variable right, and you have, and that variable has one, and you have like bunch of scripts, like, you know, script that is, let's say, showing the number that is how many items you have, and generally the whole system you have for like showing the items is based on the method that is using variable like that shows how many instances of that item you have. If item is the value 1, then it's a value type. Okay. But if you are like attaching a script, right, to that var, and you are changing the 1 to 2, that script is now also going to use number 2 instead of 1 because the variable changed, right? So it's referencing to that variable. But if item is a class and has a property, for example, count or something, please tell me more. I'm actually in a mood of talking about stuff like this, I don't know. I'm like, it's one of those days when I'm in a mood about talking very random stuff, especially programming. Then it can be changed from other sources who have reference to the same object. Okay. Yeah, so like if you have a script that is like collecting the item, right? So upon collection, so if the instance on the map touches the instance of the player, then there's a script that is like referencing the variable and changing the number of that item in this variable by 1. Then also the other referencing the same variable are going to show the same amount of items. It has a property, for example, count or something. And then it can be changed from other sources who have reference to the same object. I see. Oh yeah, because then from the inventory where it has the script that shows it has the reference from that variable, you are using that item, then the variable changes too. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry if I'm like making all of like thought shortcuts and just, you know. Players are reference type since it's not a simple value, so if the map knows about the player and the inventory know about the player and a controller which knows about the player are referencing the same instance of memory. Oh, that way. Okay. And they modify the same player object without using the same variable since each has its own variable for the player, but it's referencing the same instance and the same class, the same thing. Okay. That makes sense. And that's also really helpful, and I think this is exactly what I would need for that software I would want to make. It was a lot cleaner in C#, I see. CPP. It's making me giggle every single time. Wow, Dave was so fucking mature of you. I can't stop myself. We had, for example, the type 8, which was an integer value. I think JS has int too. Right? It had int star, which was a pointer reference to a memory address which contained an int. Huh. That's pretty neat. Pretty nifty, I would say. Also, it took it one step further, and there was like int star star, which was referencing a memory address, to which references an int. Huh. I think that's already like the int star is already above the what was I saying? Above the JS. I've forgotten the name. In C# every reference type is like config star, I see. Something star, yeah. Bro, I think after the stream I'm going to take a moment and maybe try to record some playthrough. Because I'm literally abolished. It can become intuitive pretty fast. Yeah, because you're I guess you are making your own names, right? So like that's going to be really cool to work on your own names, you know? And yeah, I feel like I'm on the slide of energy and I don't need to sit down and probably play something. I might try to build finally the structures for Terraria playthrough, but we'll see. I have no idea what the like I know more or less what I need to do. I just need to collect the NPCs that I have as of now and then go to hard mode and then you know, and then complete the game. Wait until you discover operator overloads. Bro. Yeah. Can't wait. I'm so pumped for it though. I'm so pumped. Alrighty, folks. I guess this is going to be it. 2.5 hours. We didn't finish it. We are close though. But like, skin is really pretty cool thing, but we don't use them. We are really close completing shading the skin. We'll have to add some, like, you know, highlights because of course skin naturally is oily, so we'll have to add that. But yeah, thanks Zega for being active in the chat on Twitch. Thanks Shuma, Ryan, Crow, and Skylar for being active in the chat on YouTube. You can define what equal or minus or plus or higher or lower and other stuff does on a specific class. Yo. So you can actually make let's say variables with hex codes of colors, and if you add, you can define that if you add two colors you are getting a mix of that color. That would be cool. Imagine. You can do that. Yo. Alrighty, let's wrap up. I can't wait actually. I really like how this coloring looks like. I think if I wouldn't have to like spend so much focus on, you know, this coloring and like figuring out how to do those colors, I would actually be able to do much more. Most people just write a method to mix the two. Yeah. I have to say that like this could be far faster method of coloring if I would actually like when I'm going to finally like get accustomed to it, because I'm really not accustomed to this, so I'm spending a lot of time like trying to figure out how the shadow's supposed to be laid down. And yeah, I would really need to figure out how to do that really quickly. I really want to, because looking at it, I can say that it's way faster method. It's like, at this point, it's like cell shading meeting. Which day is your B-Day? 27th of January. So in 22 days. Okay, it's easy to remember, yeah. Triple mine. Yeah. So yours is in like 4 days? Alrighty. Let's... Yep, most likely I'll be out partying. To be fair, I would want to... let me check, actually. Yep, 27th is on Monday. And I don't have anything registered on it. I'm thinking about actually making... either like figuring out to actually party around it for the first time, like actually going out and party with someone, or you know, something like that. For sure, every year my birthday was always like very family-wise, I think, or at least in couple years. Like when I came back from a different city, like came back to home after living alone for a while, like my family started throwing me like actual birthdays. I have my dudes who are always up for drinking a couple of beers. Yeah, I also have a bunch of folks. I would have to figure out a date though, ask them if they can like party around certain date. That's like quarter of an age, right? Wait, I fucked up something. Monday parties are good, yeah. Yeah. Really darn good. I might actually ring up my... Places are not crowded. Exactly. I prefer it this way. I don't like crowds. And I believe, like, you know, still kind of normal people are around Mondays, because usually when they are on Mondays, you can determine who's normal and who's not, because, like, if someone is, like, that drunk, you can see that this person is not normal on Monday. I mean, they might... Okay, I take his backsies on that. Either normal or very abnormal, yeah. Yeah. I'm doing taxis backsies on that, because they might actually be in a situation with, like me. Literally Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are the 3 only days that I have time off. And if I would have to like drink myself drunk, like actually to get myself drunk, I would have to do this on Monday. So I would literally be the very abnormal person that I was describing. Had my face when went out drinking on Saturday and was still in the same bar at Monday afternoon. Jesus. That had to be a party. Like, there's like a certain like portion of your life where you can like drink yourself to... When I went out drinking, it was a 3-day trip, I see. Nah, I've never really went out drinking. Really. For myself. I want to like try it out. Well, for sure it's not going to be a 3-day trip. For sure not. Probably I'm just going to budget myself, like take something to eat, drink, and get back home. I'm thinking about ringing up my friend and going for tacos. You didn't have those college years, and COVID hit was there too. Yeah. See, this is that issue. I'm from that year. I'm from this like period, right? That was my period around the typical college years. I've never really went to the college, so that's also an issue. Also, this month I have to finally register myself to that school. The peak drinking period, yeah. Yeah, I haven't had that. I've started, although there's something about those years, because that was exactly the time when I've started drinking whiskey a bit more casually. Because before that, I wasn't drinking at all. Like, the first drink I've had was on my 18th birthday. And after that, I've stopped drinking. I've had maybe some wine just to celebrate something. But when I finished my technical college, because that was around those years, I've actually started drinking whiskey, and it was like, you know, I've started drinking a bit more. I don't know, it was like so spontaneous, so random, out of nowhere it just happened. My mom was smart with me, really. It made me drink a glass of beer at like 13, 14. Oh. Doesn't it like accustom the kid to alcohol though? It was so freaking bad, I didn't want to taste it for a long time. Also my head was hurting like hell. Oh. Okay, that actually explains a couple things. Yeah, it's not exactly legal. I mean, the thing is that, well, legal, not legal. The thing is that, but everybody drinks below 8. I didn't. I've never wanted to drink. I mean, I have my personal reasons for that. Actually, that made me never really wanting to even think about drinking. Our teachers gave us shots on school trips. Oh, that's for sure. In elementary, oh. Nah. In technical college though, we've had a 3-day trip that I've got like really cheap. Usually those trips are like 800 PLN or something like that, right? But I've got like a special like discount because the school was covering most of it, so I've had to pay like 300 PLN only. Like, it still sounds a lot because it's like, for example, AAA game, right, or something like that. But I told myself like I've never been out of home before for a long time, like 3 days straight, especially on a trip that was so far away. So I've just like took the cash. I've had like saved like crap load of cash, by the way. Our usual trips cost like 150, 200. I mean, depends where. This trip was like to another end of Poland. We had a class treasury though, I see. We've never had like typical class treasury, so we were never saving for trips like that. Only when it was said like, okay, we went to Austria too, I see. So basically like for us it was like 800 PLN because it was like we had to cover the hotel, the tickets to the museum, and all like other tickets plus the bus, right? So there was like a lot of cash involved into that, but school was covering for me a huge portion because I was actually a really active student. I was doing a lot of stuff outside of school, like a lot of presentations. I was doing a lot of like, you know, they were taking me out of the classes to do a lot of different stuff, etc., because they knew I could do that, etc. And because of that, when the 4th year of my technical college came in, at the start they've gathered all those like students that were like, you know, doing some things, and like we were given like specific like, you know, papers, like, and they were like explaining what's going on, and my friend was like, if you are going, I'm going, if you are not, I'm not going, etc. And like 2 of my best friends actually were going there, and I was like, okay. So I've took that cash and I've went to that I've saved up, and I've went to the and I've went to on that thing. The funniest thing was like waking up at like 2 a.m. because we were departing at 3 a.m. by the way. Waking up at 2 a.m., eating breakfast, going back into the thing, reading some book at the bus, and like looking at the window and seeing the head teacher taking out of his bag a liter of vodka and nodding to a teacher next to him and hiding it. That was the best thing actually I've seen. We were kinda broke, so I skipped every optional stuff, like ski camp and stuff. I see. I mean, I've skipped most of my things. I've skipped most of my possible... Oh, our teachers were openly alcoholic. Yeah, we've had a physics teacher that was openly alcoholic. I still remember when he was like cleaning up the whiteboard with some tinted spiritus. That's like a very high alcohol content liquid, right? And tinted spiritus is like also very specific because it's not like typical alcohol you would drink, but it is kind of like yellow. It's like generally kind of purple-ish, pink-ish, magenta-ish color, and it's like 90% of alcohol generally. So he was like cleaning the board with it, and like while cleaning he just take a swig out of the bottle. So like you can kind of say what kind of the head that teacher was, considering that he was like, you know, he didn't even make a face after drinking 90% of alcohol swig. But he was really like great physics teacher. Like he openly said like, I know that nobody of you is going to pass my subject normally, so I can tell you right away that even if you are going to have very bad grades, you most likely are going to still just get the grade to pass. I don't really care. Like straight up. And seriously, very small amount of teachers was very small amount of students was actually capable to pass his subject, pass the physics. And when you've had the extended physics, that was like hell. By the way, I've already said my goodbyes and we are still streaming for half an hour. The difference is that I went to the best schools and those teachers were the alcoholic ones. I have to say that I think this is something about like the general idea of intelligent people. it is said that more intelligent people are actually more likely going to get addicted. To stuff. So if those were like really good teachers because they were teaching in one of the best schools, most likely their intelligence was also through the roof. All my elementary teachers were prefixed fucking R-word. Pretty fucking R-word, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Hey, let's remember that alcohol is actually reducing the intelligence over time. Okay, I've actually pulled out munchies, and I'm actually starting to need munchies. So folks, I'll be saying goodbyes for the stream. As always, you can... don't know, I still have a grudge against some OG against some of them. I'm not shocked. If some of them were like really stupid, so to say, and they were doing a lot of like fucked up things, I'm not really shocked that you would still have some grudge against them. I still have grudge against some of my teachers. I'm in a kind of in a status that I could pay back, but I'm not sure if I'm pretty petty enough. I mean, my English teacher from technical college that was teaching me for first 3 years said that I have no idea how to speak English at all. Called me even an idiot, and that I'm never going to learn English, even though I was constantly correcting her on every single lesson and she had no possibility to crack me down because I was always, you know, capable to speak English. And I've passed Matura exam from English on... I can say 100% on both base and advanced level, but they've reduced some of my points because I've used American English. Which is bullshit, by the way. They shouldn't have done that. English is English. I don't care that they are teaching in Poland British English. I've used those words just because. Our teacher was like, understandable, and anyways. The American and English can't speak English properly. Yeah. My teacher from English told me that I don't have to be in her classes at all. Exactly. I can even one you up on that. Have a German personal language teacher for like 2 years. That's interesting. She said I never pass language exam. So I went to see and max it out. I mean, to be fair, it's funny that you can see where certain teachers teach a subject and students have only the lowest, the B2 type. Hey, that's nice. You know, it's funny for me that there are certain teachers that are grading someone's work, pass the exam, told the teacher to fuck off, then never spoken German again. Absolutely the best. I have to say, like, one of the things that really infuriates me that there you can see who's a good teacher. At least here in Poland. Like, for example, that English teacher from, like, those two English teachers I've had in technical college, right? I've had the lowest possible grades to pass a year from English throughout the entire year, throughout the entire 3 years, right? The other teacher came in and she told me that actually my English level is so high that I don't even need to be on her classes, even though that was advanced English, and that she has nothing to teach me. So I was just coming in, for example, with pizza or other stuff and minding my own business. And I was joking in English with that teacher. And basically, you know, you have... And, you know... That's generally really painful because a lot of students are actually suffering because they have absolute idiots as teachers. That's good. That's really darn good. Having an interesting topic or motivation makes learning so easy. Yeah, that's true. I've had really good teacher from math. Like I've never was good at math. Never. Especially geometry. Because you know, like, I don't have imagination, right? So it was always difficult for me to like imagine how the fuck am I supposed to solve, like, what the heck is going on with that cube, right? Geometry is my table. But I've had a teacher who was actually capable to explain to me basic geometry. To the point where every single exam I was getting really good note. To the point where he wanted to rise my grade, my end grade. I see. You've gotta be really good at math then. If I had born like 1500 years before, it would be my name there. Bruh. This is amazing. Alright. I end up not getting pizza. That's good. That's alright. I can live with this. Folks. 2500 years. Gotcha. It's when you halve a circle and you can connect to any point on the circle and it will be a 90-degree angle. Hey, that's actually crazy. I'm too stupid for those things, really. Always broke my rulers and I got creative drawing angles. Can draw perfect 90-degree angle with a clippers and a pencil, bro. Oh. $60-degree angle. Or 30. Hi Star, got Ivy here, how are you? Hope practice is going. My newest video got 7k views, that's so cool. How are you doing, by the way? I'm actually struggling with a couple projects. Learning C# to push some games. And I'm generally just chilling. You know? I'm wondering because I want to do a couple things. It's alright, Star. It's alright. It's good to chill. Try to do those turnarounds many times, always failed. I have to check. I actually have to check. Like, to be fair, when it comes to, for example, things like turnarounds and stuff. What the fuck happened? Out of nowhere, I've got 6 likes on Twitter, sorry. Oh yeah, turnarounds themselves are very difficult because you don't only have to know the positioning of the head and how to, you know, squish and stretch certain parts. You also have to know how to work with the hairs themselves. Just practice animations, and I thought they looked great, so I posted it. Yeah, a lot of people do that actually, quite often. They just post stuff that they find cool. To be fair, I'm thinking about downloading some streams where I'm working on certain characters. But the issue is that I would have to actually figure out what I want to exactly show. It would be better to just, you know, if I would stop overthinking and just do whatever. Because downloading the streams from YouTube, then throwing them into my editing software. I was thinking about putting together some speed programming brainrot style shorts. Yeah, I mean, shorts are definitely a way to go nowadays. I'm thinking about just the thing, you know. Like just the speed paints. Not sure though. And that's actually one of the things I'm wondering about. Because I don't really know what to do, what to do with my channel. I guess I'm kinda scared. Too many I speedpaint video, and most people can't tell. Yeah, that's disgusting. But I'm streaming my process, you know. Like exactly that's why, for example, I want the, you know, the thing. Because, for example, I would be able to say, like, you know, this is how real artist draws in a speed paint or something like that. Because then, you know, people are going to have their clickbait that all of them desire so much. But the thing is that I just want the I just want to sit down and draw, you know, and I want to finally start putting out videos. I want to make videos also in a form of the gameplay, you know, the long plays, and I really have to like figure out what to do about those, but I'm not sure. I want to. Plus, there's a lot of other things that I'm working on. My comic book that I'm doing on streams, for example. It will also need, you know, writing the scenarios. I have the story written, but you can make everything funny. You can make everything funny. Yeah, like, I want to make everything funny. Like, I want my playthroughs to be highly edited and made into, like, you know, quote-unquote typical brain rot meme style. Like, you're opening a door and there's, like, freaking... even Chess sent an example. Bro. Why did so many wake up on 2024 and choose violence, tracing, racism, really off topic? Huh? I don't know, actually, what you're talking about. I mean, here's the thing. There's that thing where, for example, even slight amount of... Wait. Like, the thing is that I've noticed that people are kind of trying to force their way to what was before. So, like, people not really caring what people are saying on the internet because that's actually how it's supposed to be done. I see. But about tracing in art community, it's something that always have been going on. A lot of people are tracing. The issue is that artists that stopped caring at certain point, but they were like, you know, knights on white horses thinking they are going to rule the art world and started pointing out this is traced, that is traced, yada yada yada. Like, dude, it's obviously traced. You can see that it's traced. The way how someone's hands were too shaky to even make a straight line, the shading is shit, the colors are off. It is traced, like, with GIFs, right? But people started, like, you know, going out with the spears like freaking Tusken Riders, like from Star Wars, and just, you know, trying to accuse everyone of tracing or doing a lot, you know, like pointing things out, thinking they are so smart because nobody else noticed. But the issue is that a lot of people notice, they just never cared. The issue starts when actually the tracing starts to be the plague on higher level, which haven't been done in a long time, and recently I believe there were a couple dramas on that. In most cases you retrace yourself when making a line art from the rough sketch too. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, this is not like, tracing is still an ability to work with. The issue is that just when you traced someone's artwork, it's kind of like a blunder, you know, because you are hurting yourself. I mean, it's visible on the skill level and the quality of the result. It's, yeah, that you've mentioned just now. Like, when you get, there's a difference between tracing your own sketch to get a line art and tracing someone else's artwork and the skill gap is visible, you know? That's the issue. And there is the thing where actually there were maybe not a lot, but there were some artists that actually had some skill level and they were tracing. And this is something that happens not really that often, but happens, unfortunately. Usually you don't really trace, but you redraw. Redrawing is something different, because you are not having anything underlying your artwork, so there's still slight difference. But if you look at if you take two of the same, like, similar looking artworks and you overlay on one another, and you are and you drop the opacity, you are going to see how it was traced. And if it's visible that those are two different artworks, and but still, like, you can still like overlay one on another and it's still going to look like it's traced, right? And a lot of people were also doing that. Sometimes that was totally not right because people were not really doing that, and sometimes there were actually artists who were spending most of their time tracing other people's artworks and claiming those to be theirs. Well, yeah, I mean, I used to draw over AI stuff to get the initial construction a lot of times. It needs to be fixed anyways. Yeah, but the thing is, you are using this for like traceable references. This is still a thing, but the tracing is like you do one-to-one trace, no matter on what skill level, and you are claim it to be yours, right? And it's literally like stealing someone's artworks, more or less. This is what people were claiming. Like, a lot of artists are still kind of mad that this happens, but they don't give a shit. It's just like, you know, like a fly. But then what's the point of tracing? Just slap on a filter and same effect. Yeah, but the thing is that, you know, people think that if they are going to trace, it's not going to be visible that it was traced, right? Because they are going to draw over it, they are going to color it, and it's not the same, right? I drew it over this person's artworks, sure, but it's still tracing. But again, like, nobody cares about this in the art community. Nobody cares about tracing in the art community on that level. That's some of those quote-unquote knights on the white horses, right? This is actually a pain. I mean, still, if people don't know the original, yeah, but then it's stealing someone's artworks, right? Anyway, again, folks, it's already 3.5 hours, like, I am really starting to feel backfire. Is that anyways, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the backfire of the lack of energy. It's been 3.5 hours, actually. I've really fell off. When I want to, I don't know, I wish I could make like normal long streams, but I don't have energy for that. I don't know. I feel like actually streaming takes also a lot of focus and energy from me. It helps me focus on things that I want to work on. For example, on the comic book, I can reassure you that if I would be drawing it off stream, I would just make 2 lines and skip to watch Brain Rot's YouTube shorts. But yeah, I had a really cool talk with you all today. Like, it was really nice. We've had a lot of different topics. I feel like I've been like talking a lot today. Learning programming stairs on too. Yeah, and I've actually been learning a lot programming today. That's why I think I'm going to sit down, pick up a game, set up a goal, if it's one of those infinite ones, and say that this is it. We will see. Meanwhile, again, folks, thanks Zega for being active in the channel on Twitch. Thanks Shuma, Ryan, Crow, Skylar, and Star for being this chat on YouTube. And as always, stay creative, and I hope to see you all in the next stream. Take care, and